Namaste and welcome to my channel. I am Shivkumar, a travel enthusiast and a motorcycle lover. Join me on my journey as I explore new places, share my experiences and inspire you to enjoy the journey. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe and hit the bell icon. Thank you. I have been wanting to make this short video on the Harley X440, which I have owned for nearly 1.5 years now. I bought this from Aman Automotives in Ghaziabad. I have now done about 12,200 kilometers. This one is about my experience with the X440. Please don't think this is a review of the bike. This is nowhere near a review. I just wanted to share my experience with this bike. I have driven it for thousands of kilometers now at a stretch. My first long-distance trip was to Haridwar from Delhi. Then immediately after a month, I took a trip to down south. The first day I covered up to Narsinghpur. The next day I covered up to Hyderabad. And on the third day I reached Bangalore. So I had overnight halts in Narsinghpur and Hyderabad. Now, after a few days rest in Bangalore, I went to Dharmapuri, Srivilliputturu, Kanyakumari, Coimbatore, Mysore, and then back to Bangalore. Then again I made a couple of trips to Dharmapuri and back to Bangalore. I left the bike in Karnataka with a relative who took care of the bike very nicely for another 6 months. After a gap of 6 months, I came back to Bangalore, picked up the bike and rode it to Ahmednagar on day 1 and on day 2 to Ahmedabad. Ahmedabad, I gave it a break of 10 days. In these 10 days, I went on a local Ahmedabad tour and also a 6-day tour of Gujarat with a lot of family members. Then after the Gujarat tour, my family left for Delhi by flight. I came to Ahmedabad, picked up the bike. On day 1, I covered up to Ajmer. In the evening, I had a break at Ajmer, and on the next day after breakfast, I had a really non-stop drive from Ajmer to my residence in Ghaziabad. Over 360 kilometers, totally non-stop, not even fuel break, because my tank was full and it did that distance very well. Now in 12,200 kilometers, I had got the 3 mandatory services done by Harley Davidson authorized dealer, that is Hero Motors. The first service was done by Aman Automotives in Ghaziabad. The second and third were done in Bangalore, since the bike was traveling in the south and my base was Bangalore. Now in this 12,200 kilometers, believe me that this bike did not give me any trouble whatsoever. Yes, there was a small mistake by my side. I turned the bike sharply and lost balance. Because of the weight of the bike, I let it go and the right handle hit the ground. The right brake lever broke at the tip. Also the right rear view mirror. I picked up the bike and I had no problem further in my travel and no problem from the bike or anything. I have driven it in cold weather, in very hot weather, bright hot sun, in the rain and in slush, everything. No problem at all. Yes, one issue I have majorly with the bike is that its app is almost useless. It is just a electronic speedometer there. Yes, the app has no utility. The maps don't work because there is no connectivity. This is the area where Harley Davidson should pay some attention and get the app rectified. Also, I would like a better display panel. Another small issue for me is the short travel of the front fork or shock absorbers. Since the travel is very short, one has to be very careful if you have to hit a pothole. I have heard of cases of the shock absorber seal breaking and the oil leaks. Though I had a couple of jarring hits in the pothole, I should say I was lucky. Nothing happened and the bike worked well. So that's briefly my review. I would recommend this bike to all enthusiasts. Yes, this is not a big, heavy bike like the 650, 900, 800, 1300 and so on. But this bike did travel with me without any problem. On 12th June 2025, I have sent this bike to Aman Automotives at Delhi, rather Ghaziabad, for a mandatory upgrade of the gear oil pump. I will let you know about that review when I get back the bike. Thank you for your patience and have a great day. I must mention here that the first service was done at Aman Automotive in Ghaziabad. The next two services were done by Vayurada Automotives at Bangalore. The average cost of each service was a little over 3,000 rupees. I must tell you that I am 72 and I am very happy riding this bike. After a gap of about 40 years,